The Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2 was undoubtedly one of the best affordable phones of 2018, and one of its biggest strengths was its almost stock Android software. We say almost because Asus did take some liberties and the software is not exactly pure Android, but it's quite close. And for those of you who don't already know, stock Android is a minimalistic interface, but it's rather well designed, light and convenient to use. So if you've already bought a Zenfone Max Pro M2 or are willing to, here are a few things that you may try just to get the most out of your phone. The default screen unlock and keypad sounds on the Zenfone Max Pro 2 are extremely harsh, and trust me, world will be a much better place once you turn these off. So the first thing you need to do on your Zenfone Max Pro M2 is to adjust audio settings. To do so, just go to Settings, Sounds, Advanced and toggle off screen locking and touch sounds. You'll also find other audio related options in the same menu. For many of us, it's extremely important to have battery stats at our fingertips throughout a day. By default, the Zenfone Max Pro M2 shows just the battery indicator icon in the status bar. But there's a way you can turn on battery percentage as well. Just go to Settings, Battery and toggle the battery percentage on. From the same menu, you can also monitor battery consumption by specific apps and even spot that rogue app that's unjudiciously draining your battery. The Zenfone Max Pro M2 has a good quality IPS LCD display panel and whites appear quite close to neutral. You may still switch to warmer tones that are more natural and less harsh on your eyes. Trust me, if you're willing to give them a try, they'll certainly serve you better in the long run. To change color temperature on Zenfone Max Pro M2, just go to Settings, Display, Advanced and scroll down to Screen Color. From here, you can adjust color temperature using a simple slider. The Zenfone Max Pro 2 supports two gestures, double tap to wake and double tap to sleep. You can access these from Settings, System, Gestures and ZENMOTION. Enabling double tap to wake can be particularly handy for consumers who prefer to use face unlock. Instead of pressing the power button first, you can simply double tap to wake the screen and then quickly unlock using face recognition. The left pane to the home screen on the Zenfone Max Pro M2 shows Google Now feed. This is again a great tool and we'd advise that you customize the feed to best suit your interests. Okay, so we have heard some consumers complain about Zenfone Max Pro M2 not having a notification LED light, but it's there concealed behind the earpiece. So if you're not seeing it, the other possibility is that it's turned off from the settings. So just go to Settings menu, Display and toggle on the blink light. Apart from a consistent fingerprint sensor, the Zenfone Max Pro M2 also has a fast face unlock. To activate face unlock, just go to Settings, Security and Location and register your face. Since this is an almost stock Android phone, options related to face recognition are limited and you can only use it to basically unlock the phone. To manage home screen and certain aspects of lock screen, you'll need to access launcher settings. To do so, just long press anywhere on the home screen to access home settings. From the next menu, you can select relevant options to manage app icons on home screen. You'd also find options to manage notifications on home screen and lock screen in the same menu. Google's autofill services across apps work great most of the time, but they're still new and you may want to try out some third-party options before you settle. If you wish to give other password managers a shot, you can always replace Google autofill with any other trusted third-party app. To do so, go to Settings, System, Language and Input, Advanced. Now just tap autofill service and select your choice of replacement from the available options. If you prefer keeping your photos backed up on the cloud, you can use Storage Manager on Zenfone Max Pro M2 to automatically delete photos more than 90 days older. This should help preserve your phone's performance in the long run. The Storage Manager can be accessed from Settings, Storage. So these were some of the most interesting features on Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2. Since the Zenfone Max M2, the non-Pro version, also has the same software, these tricks will also apply to the base model. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, kindly subscribe to our channel. We're only getting started. Thank you.